Welcome to this new video. We are going to see how to set up and use the drag and drop system inside Unity thanks to the Zoe plugin. The idea behind the drag and drop system is that you'll be able to drag and drop an interactive object, which of course is already possible without, but you can instead grab an object, but in that case, you'll be able to create targets for these objects. And when you drop them on the target, you can apply a couple extra parameters or effect to them, like snapping to the target in various positions, set a minimum distance, lock the dropped objects, and so on. Depending what you are trying to achieve, it can be very useful. In our example, we are going to make organs snap to their exact position inside a skeleton. The drag and drop system will allow us to do that very easily. We are going to need two interactive objects, the organ itself that we will manipulate and a target position for that organ. Luckily in our scene we already have both, so we are going to see how to set up the drag and drop system with them. So let's check the Unity editor. We are in the hierarchy. If I zoom out a bit, you can see that there is a skeleton here with organs around. And we can see that in the hierarchy as well, there is a body part. If I open it, you can see the different body part. And if I open the next one, the body structure, you can see that we can find again the same organ, but now with the word target. And so we already have the brain, which is there and that we will manipulate, and is target. So if I click on that brain target, you can see that it's located inside the skull already of our skeleton. So it's the place where the object will kind of fit once we drop it, So now what we need to do is we're going to click on our brain interactive object and we're going to check the inspector panel. So what we need to do is to enable manipulation by checking it. And here we want to choose the levitate mode and we want to enable drag and drop. This is important. So now we have more parameters coming. So the drop target, it seems he already knows it's the brain target from before, but otherwise, you need to create a new target. Otherwise, you would need the plus. And then in the list, you would choose any interactive object that we have. And so we will choose again the brain target here. But we already have it, so we don't need to have it twice. But remember that kind of every interactive object can be a target. So you just press plus. You open this drop down and you choose which interactive object would be the target. Okay, so we have our brain target. Okay, so we have our brain target set. Now we are going to scroll down a bit and you can see that there's a few more parameters. We are not going to see all of them, but what I want to do in that case is I want to lock the brain once I drop it, so I cannot grab or manipulate my brain again. And I want to snap on drop as well so that it will fit in the correct position, kind of. So I'm going to check the locked after drop and snap on drop. There's also time to snap. The time basically the brain will take to be in the right position, but we make a short time because we want it to be kind of, you cannot really notice almost. And actually that should be done. We don't have to do anything to the brain interactive object target. We don't need to change its parameters. So that should be working already. So we are going to head over in VR and to see if it works. Okay, so I'm now in VR. I can look around a bit. And we are going to try to drag our brain and to drop it on the skeleton skull. So I'm going to get closer to the brain. You can see the little laser from my right controller in that case, in the middle, So I'm going to head over the brain. And once it starts to be blue, it means I can interact. So I'm going to press the kind of trigger button of my controller, the big green button you can see here normally. I'm going to press it and keep pressing with the brain. So now you can see the brain is kind of attached and I can wave it around. Now you can see that for the moment the laser, which is moving a bit, is white. If I get closer to the skeleton, it becomes green. It means I can drop it already. And you will notice also, check the skull of the skeleton. If I bring the brain close, you can see kind of a gray brain shape inside the skull. It's because the target was kind of a similar brain object, but we place it in a right position, and we made it transparent kind of. So now if I release my trigger, up, you saw the brain, it went in the right position, it snapped to the position, and now it's perfectly set up. And if I try to grab it again, I press my trigger, but I cannot because we locked it, you know. So that's it for the drag and drop. Congratulations, you managed to make the drag and drop system work. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next tutorial.